Galnet News Digest, 16th of July 3305. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, product recall hits Thargoid Battlefleet. Scramble for Witchhead Bridgehead. Anti-slavery spokesperson arrested on manslaughter charges. More deadly than Onionhead. New Beagle point record disallowed. Product recall hits Thargoid Battlefleet. Chief of Engineering and Product Safety for Klaxian Spaceways, Throg the Brainy, has issued a recall notice on all Thargoid Scout and Interceptors of all variants manufactured between 3300 and 3305. He explained that there's a defect in the meta-alloys used in the construction of the hull, which could make the ship spontaneously explode, especially when under attack by ships from other galactic cultures. Thargoid ships sold in the Maya and Merope systems are not affected by this recall. Throg reminds all disappointed Thargoid pilots that new and far more lethal ships have completed their design cycle and are nearly ready to go into production. These new ships have more hearts, larger Thargon swarms, and are unaffected by the hull strength problem. A part exchange scheme will be put in place for pilots unwilling to wait for the remedial work on their existing ships to be completed. While he waits for the defective Battlefleet to be repaired, Tharg the Mighty, Prince of Polaris and the Emperor of the Col 70 sector, has created a diversion, getting non-Thargoid ships to fly out of contested areas by pretending that there are lots of pristine barnacle sites in the Witchhead Nebula. Scramble for Witchhead Bridgehead. Having stripped bare all the sites in the Pleiades, the race is now on to destroy the newly discovered barnacle sites in the Witchhead Nebula. Alliance, Federation and Empire all want a piece of the action, and have appealed for help establishing Ocellus starports and/or megaships to act as bases for the open-cast mining of meta-alloys. The Alliance has chosen a particularly stupid location for its appeal, requiring 10 minutes of supercruise to deliver goods. The Alliance is presumably trying not to be the power that ends up going head-to-head with the Thargoids. Notably, all three powers have set aside 11 days for the collection of equipment to build their new starports, suggesting that something interesting may happen on Tuesday, the 23rd of July. Anti-slavery spokesperson arrested on manslaughter charges. Garrett Klein, a senior member of the Autonomy Anti-Slavery Organization, has been arrested after killing some of the slaves his organization had set free. Autonomy released 4,000 imperial slaves in Eotienses on the 15th of June, since when the slaves have been stranded in and around Port Isabel, with no means of making a living or of leaving the system. It's believed that a group of slaves had attempted to board Klein's ship shortly before it took off, and that Klein crushed several of them to death as he hurriedly made good his escape. The Imperial Internal Security Service has taken what remains of the 4,000 freed slaves into custody, and is attempting to decide what to do with them. Many of the ex-slaves have been campaigning to be enslaved again, to allow them to work out their period of servitude, and to be granted an honest living within the Empire. More deadly than Onionhead. The Red Family, the notorious crime syndicate of the Sol system, has created a genetically engineered narcotic that is so addictive that it poses an immediate danger to life. Addictive at its very first use, anyone using the drug will become instantly enslaved by it, and will kill or die to satisfy their craving. It's believed that the Red Family leader Oberon Church has manufactured large quantities of the drug, and that Jan Sandoval handed herself in to the Federal Intelligence Agency in an attempt to prevent the Red Family from deploying the drug. something that could quickly destroy federal society from the inside out. Executive Agent Viola Trask claims that the FIA is already working to disrupt the Red family and to prevent any distribution of the unnamed narcotic. According to Trask, the Red family will be completely wiped out within days. We can only hope they manage to wipe out all the stockpiles of the drug as well. New Beagle point record disallowed. Commander Drazkul has been disqualified from a new record from the Bubble to Beagle point on a technicality. The unlucky commander flew from Schwanport in Hajangai, the home of the Fatherhood, with the intention of beating the previous record of 6 hours and 35 minutes. A mere 6 hours 13 minutes and 10 seconds later, Commander Drazkul had arrived in Beagle Point, a time that would have smashed the record. However, he has since admitted that he did not activate the full system scanner, let alone map all the planets in every system he visited during the speedrun, thus completely invalidating his record attempt. And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to.